everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be coloring out of Girls with Music by Momo Girl. So we're coloring the second part of this picture. So I got a whole lot of stuff to show you guys because I went to Comic-Con on Thursday and Friday. I was not able to pick up any Marvel merchandise because both days they capped the line within 5 minutes of the show opening. I'm serious, 5 minutes they capped the line. So my rule of thumb next year when I go to Comic-Con, go to the Marvel booth first. So if I get there, if I buy a Thursday ticket and I go there first. Now Thursday is the best day to go. So I also have a Sketchbox to open, guys. So what would we like? Everybody say hello. I hope you had a great weekend. So what would you like me to open up first? The Sketchbox? I think we should open up the Sketchbox first. As you can see, I got a Sketchbox. That's my address. I don't want anybody seeing it. So it is the art by Ashley Neagle. Now, some of you may have seen what's in the Sketchbox. I actually took a peek of it when it came in on Tuesday. I didn't have enough time because I was, prepping for Comic-Con. So as you can see, we have all this lovely stuff. So then they give us this lovely little cheat sheet of what's in it. So, guys, say hello. And remember to hello. So they gave us a Sketchbox. I'm taking the contents out of the Sketchbox. And they give us another piece, which is art that you can make with it. I think the theme is Inktober. And this is the premium box. So you get 2 more things. Yeah. They give us a little sticker, of course. Hi, Angie. Hi, Robin. Hello, everybody. So that's what they gave us. So this is the first thing they give us, and this is art by someone else. This is Andy Jiang. So now this is a Marabou Graphics black set, so the ink is black. I'm just going to take out the sketchbook here just so we can see how this material works. I kind of use this book as not even really a sketchbook, more as like testing my arts materials out. It's really how I test my materials out. So they give us a 4 set. They give you like different widths. Like they give you different widths here. Like, oh, lovely. Everything falls out when Grace is using it. So this is a black set, and each set gives you a different nib. This is a 0.4 nib. This is a 0.2 nib. A 0.8 nib. And this is a brush nib. So these are black fine liners from Marabou Graphics. They're not bad, actually. So let's look at the brush. Now the brush works. That's not bad. So they have different lengths for what you want to do with it. These are not my best things, so I just wanted to see what the supplies do. I could put those away. These are nice, actually. You could use these for a lot of little things that you'd use in the thing, like detail work if you want to add things to your work. So that's good. Then they gave us this Copic drawing pen. I'm a little cold. This is a Copic drawing pen. It is FO2. And what they say is it's a 2mm black. This fountain pen allows for thickness dependent on pressure. They're great for line drawing and hatching. I don't know what hatching is. Am I not using it right? Oh, I see how it works. This is just to play with the materials they give you. So that's not a bad drawing pen. Then they give you a Zig clean color dot. Oh, Comic-Con was a lot of fun, but it was really hard for me because I had to get my brother's stuff too. So this is a clean color dot. And this is a water-based pigment. So they have one that's a dot to dot, and then they have this. And this is a white pigment, so. You can do that, like that. Or you can do it like this. Then what is this? I've never seen this one. It is a Staedtler Mars Luminol. So you could sketch out the things that you want to do with it. Those are very nice. Before you lay your color down. Then they gave me a paintbrush, and this is a flat shader. So you take the plastic off and you get the nice brush here. So this is our Sketchbox that I'm unboxing the stuff for you, so you guys can get a chance to see this stuff. Then this is in Japanese, and I don't read it, but obviously it's some kind of Kuretake water brush. And I guess you put water in it and then you can dip the things in there. Oh, it's an indigo. It is a brush pen, unlike other that February. It's indigo. And it's a brush pen. It's an indigo water brush pen. I did not know what that was. This is why I brought scissors out today. So, my Comic-Con was good, but I'll go into the Comic-Con stuff later. So this is a Kuretake water brush. And this color is indigo. I don't know how to use these things. Does anybody know how to use these things? These things are a little tricky because I'm new to using these things. I got to take off the yellow thing. So that's the other thing works. Oh, yes, it is a water brush. I'm just using this as a practice. Hi, Miss Coffee. Thank you for telling me it takes a few minutes to run it down. I love Sketchbox because they always include the most interesting products. That's that. I guess to close it up, I need to put the yellow thing back on and the little screw. So when you put it back on, I guess you take the yellow thing, the little yellow hooky. Take this part to close it. Put this back on to close it up. Thank you for that, Angie. That is new. I hadn't seen that before. So I don't use a whole lot of them. Then they gave us a white ink. Now you use these typically with fountain pens or dip pens. You put this in with your fountain pen. You can make little tiny, ooh, that wasn't meant to happen. I just like playing with my materials a little bit. Every once in a while you can do that. And when you want to clean off your jellies, your pigment pens or your fountain pens, you do that. I just tend to use this as my pigment thingy. Where did I put my wet wipes? I always have my wet wipes, and now that I need them, I can't find my wet wipes. Always when you need your wet wipes, that you can't find them. I have a thing here. Then when you want to wipe off your fountain pen, take a wet towel and clean it like that. And then they gave me this other ink, which is black ink, which is Kuretake Sumi ink. I've seen a lot of people use that, and that's what they did there. But I already have Sumi ink, so they keep giving me different inks in these things. So we're gonna have to think about how we're gonna use that in the future. But that was what came in the Sketchbox. I just wanted to show you guys what came in the Sketchbox. And then of course they give us a little sticker. So what we did for our Sketchbox this month. Oh, there's the cap to the Karataki thing. A nice blue, but I would have to put it with some white ink. That's an interesting tool to use, guys. So then I will show you the comics I bought during Comic-Con, because I did buy comics. I do there was some nice stuff in there in the comic book section, but only thing, I couldn't get to the Marvel booth neither day, because both days they capped the Marvel booth. So here's some of the stuff that I got from Comic-Con. Now this book is called Oz Heart of Magic issue 5. It's from Zenoscope, and I got the artist Mike Rome to sign it. Hi, Assie. Now we're going to do the Comic-Con haul, which is this. Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have a crossover. This book you could only get exclusively at Comic-Con, and it was in the Boom Studios. So the books all cost different prices. So then this was also at the Boom Studios. This was $20. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer #1, and this is an exclusive, and you can only get it at Comic-Con. Then I got this one, which was very expensive, by the way, guys. This was probably the most expensive book in my whole entire haul, because I got my brother something else, and then I had to also, how do we put this nicely? I also had to buy him the book that he wanted, but he gave me the money for it. So I don't have the book anymore because it's being shipped to him, but I also had to slab a book for him. So what some people don't realize about slabbing, if you've ever gone into this thing and seen a plastic and they show the book in beautiful condition and it's vacuum sealed, that's what grading is. Basically, you get the book vacuum sealed, it stays in a plastic, and it has a grade on it. At some point, I want to get this graded, but this was a $30 book. So, and then my brother had me grade one book, so the book came up to like $90. Not this one, but another one that he had, a Spidey. Then I've got Svengoolie meets the DC Universe. I was in 2 Marvel panels. I wanted to go to 2 Marvel panels in the same room, but what happened was I showed up the panel before the first Marvel panel, and I got to hear Vincent D'Onofrio talk, and he was in a conversation with Joe Quesada. So this is the panel before the Svengoolie. Now I'll tell you a little background about Svengoolie after I talk about D'Onofrio. So I was in a panel yesterday afternoon, and D'Onofrio was so funny. Vincent D'Onofrio played the Kingpin on Netflix's Daredevil, if you've ever watched the show. So he was a phenomenal talker. I really enjoyed the conversation that he had with Joe Quesada. It was just a great panel. He was funny. He was engaged, and he told stories. He made the audience laugh. You know, you can't fault that. So then from Delilah Dawson, and they were giving this away free. This is called Wellington. It's from IDW. This is an ash can. So it means that the book isn't even out yet. Now, this is the book that they gave exclusively away at the Joe Quesada at Cup of Joe panel. So you could only get this comic if you went to that panel. So then Natalie Sanders was signing Batman 50. Now, this was the wedding that didn't happen in Batman 50. But this is basically Catwoman's dress. And she signed this, but I don't want to take it out of the plastic right now. So she signed this book and everything. And she had her own table at Artist Alley. Now, Artist Alley is where the artists themselves go to sell some of their wares if they're not signing at the regular booths, but they're signing their own stuff. Oh, thank you. It's starting to come a little loose, though. So, but that's normal. That's to be expected. So, the Batman 50 was really a great deal for me. I love the dress. I thought the dress was beautiful. If you notice, it has little cats around it. There's this Catwoman in her wedding dress to Bruce. So I thought this was a good find. She was in Artist Alley, so I also had to buy my brother a G.I. Joe book from her. So she was in Artist Alley. Artist Alley is a really nice place this year. It's not like that other place they had them in one year. Oh my God. One year they had them in a place that looked like it could be a fire hazard. So then, now we get into the book publishers. So some of these books, well, these books here were all free. I think I paid for 2 books in total. Del Rey was giving this out, Del Rey's Next Reads. Then at Del Rey, they were doing a thing, let the book wizard find your perfect match, and they gave me this Robin Hobbs Assassin's Apprentice, but she was signing later on in the day. And she signed my book because she was there. Then Sarah Kuhn was giving away, they were giving away Sarah Kuhn's new fantasy called Heroine Complex. Then I also got this one, Girls Save the World, in this one. Catherine Ann Burke was also, they gave this away as well, called The Tenant. I got an advanced reader's copy of Charlene Harris's new one called A Longer Fall. Then I got Incendiary from Disney for free. So I got that free. Next books. I'm doing this in 2 piles. Now, HarperCollins does a thing called Epic Reads. So this is called Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. Now, they give you 3 books to choose from, but they've cut back on a lot of what they've given. And we're not even finished, Essie. Infinity Sun. I didn't even show you what I got from my brother, so my brother's stuff is in the other room in a box waiting to be sent to him, so I got to finish, I got to put together a new box for him. This is Adam Silvera's new book that will be coming out. When this will come out? In January 2020. This is an arc. Then I also got another arc coming out in 420. Then they gave me this one called Bonds of Brass, which is 2020 April. Then I got this for free because they made us like choose which one we would want. She was there, so I wanted the first one in the series. This is called Song of Blood and Stone. Then I got Daughter from the Dark, a novel. Then I bought this one. This one I definitively bought because I had read the first in the series and I loved it. So this is called Cora Carmack's Rage. This one I definitely did buy. So try, and now we're going to be on the final stuff of what I got. So this is it is a haul video, but it also is going to be a color and chat as well. Then I got this one, The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. This is Tour, and it says Your New Fantasy Obsession Begins. It's from Tour. And then I got Where Dreams Descend. This comes out in the summer. So this is a really early arc. Tuesday Mooney Talks to Ghosts. This is also an arc. This is from Disney. But this is October 8, 2019. So this is it'll be released on Tuesday. This one I bought, House of Zion, and they don't know why. And so they think there's a curse that's placed on them. And 2 of the sisters have already died. So now they're wondering if it really is a curse. And now the 3rd of them, of 7 sisters, is a lie. Then I got Raymond Curry. So this is a new book. It's in hardcover. So this one they were giving away at Tour. So I always like to see what they do with Tour. So hence all of our stuff that we got. So we spent about a good 25 minutes with all stuff. That's good. So let's get our pencils out. There we go. Just have to match the color, guys. So we are coloring out of Girls with Music by Momo Girl. This is the second book. So this is Middle Phthalo Blue. So I did see Titans, the new episode. So how was everybody else this weekend? My feet were really, really sore. The only problem that I had with Comic-Con was with the Marvel booth. And I found this out after the fact that people were buying multiple copies of books. Some people were buying like 6 or 7 copies of one book in the merchandise thing. And what they did on Thursday, if I had known this was going to happen on Thursday, I probably would have made that my first stop instead of going to the artist's booth for my brother's book, which was a Spidey that he wanted. And it was a very expensive variant that he wanted. So I went there first, and then I went to get the comic book mint. Did you crush the spider? So, I spent quite a lot of money at Comic-Con, more money on Comic-Con because my brother needed stuff too, so I had to get stuff for him too. But my brother gave me the money for his stuff. But Boom Studios was like a nightmare, literally. If I had known the Marvel booth was going to be capped, I would have freaking gone there first on Thursday because I got there really early on Thursday. But I wasn't allowed to buy anything till 10, and they let us in before 10 a.m. at Comic-Con, and I really enjoyed that they did that. Only thing, I found this out after the fact that people were buying multiple copies of the limited variants that Marvel was opening. So what happens at Comic-Con is sometimes there's thousands and thousands of people there. And what happens is that sometimes lines have to be capped because there's just not enough supply. And then what happens after Comic-Con is that people sell stuff on eBay and the price is insanely up. Like, what would happen? Let's say the book is $30 at Comic-Con. When it goes on sale online, people charge $600, $700 for a book that was exclusive to Comic-Con. So people basically buy things to flip them. So I basically had to have my brother get it slabbed. And then I couldn't even get Todd McFarlane because the line to get tickets to Todd McFarlane's autograph were already capped by the time I got to the Image booth on Friday. And then I found out that there were people buying more than 2 or 3 copies. Some people were buying like 5 to 7 copies of one book. Or pins if that's what they wanted, because there's this thing called Marvel pins that people really go crazy over the pins. So, it's not that I'm complaining. It's just that I wish that Marvel would limit quantities of things because then more people can get things that they want. Like 2 or 3 is enough for one person. And the thing that I wanted the most from Marvel was the special Ghost Rider book, the comic with the special Ghost Rider. And the Sketchbox is like $40 a month. So if anybody's curious about how much. So I did manage to watch Titans, the new episode today. Well, earlier today before I went on stream. And I was really happy with the episode. So, time to do skin. On the girl. I can go without it being picture. The one that I really wanted was the Marvel one. I did get the Buffy one, which was something I really, really wanted, but I could not get the Marvel books I wanted because people were buying excess material and there wasn't enough to go around. That is a white poly. I did not get. I got my first thing that I wanted, which was the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But sometimes if you wander around the aisles, Kim, there's a lot more stuff there. And I tell people this all the time: don't just go for the popular stuff. Look around the other aisles because sometimes the other aisles have some amazing stuff in the collection. Because you know what happens? People sell this stuff online. This is cream. This is a Pablo cream. This is Granite Rose, my tiny little Granite Rose. They should limit it because it's making it harder for people like me who generally want to collect and easier for scalpers to be making a profit. I love small pencils. Anybody who knows me knows that. I love small pencils. Salmon. But this is the reality that you live in as a comic book collector when you go to these conventions, I see. Every booth is going to be different. Every company is going to have different policies about what they buy. Like, boom, when they started to get low on one of the books that my brother wanted, they said one per person. But, it's up to the individual company and the people selling the books in their booths. So everything is different depending on who's running the booth. Like, boom, let's take, for example, Image might have a different policy than Marvel. Hi, Mike. How are you, Mike? We already went through our new stuff, so they really should, but you cannot tell people how they should monitor their booth because this policy has worked for them and they do very well. I'm good. Let me take out my peach. Yes, I got my swordfish working again. Then this is the light peach. As you can tell, I have a small pencil again. Ah. And there was something that happened today. There was some comments made on my channel. Now, I'm only going to address it in this way. You make comments that are going to offend someone else on my channel, I will block you. And it is my right to block people who have nothing nice to contribute, who always criticize my angle or my lighting. I cannot help the lighting in my house. It is what it is. Number 2, do not make comments that are racist. On my channel, I do not condone racism in any form or any way. Yes, I have backups, but I like to use up my pencils a certain way first. Plus, I need to order some art supplies because I've been ordering a lot of stuff, for the comic book collection. So. Nice and sharp point. This might take us a lot of parts to do. Oh, yes, Miss May. You missed my Sketchbox unopening. And you missed the comic book haul, Comic-Con haul. I got some interesting stuff in the Sketchbox this month. I think they gave me a lot of this stuff because it's Inktober. But when I had to slap my brother's book at Comic-Con, that's why there's one thing missing from the haul that I got. Because my brother wanted to have it vacuum sealed, and he just loves his comics very much. So, it was like a $50 expense to do that. But I will tell you, the grading company was so nice and professional. And they were wonderful helps. You know, I learned a lot about how to fill out that form because they guided me through the process, basically. I had never done that before in my life, so I didn't know what I was doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you need help. I'm always one, if I need help, I'll ask for it. I love this blue in Fabric Castell. It's not too dark. I haven't even filmed my September finished pages, guys. Really, that's how busy I've been. You know, I was getting ready for Comic-Con, and then I had to prepare the money, and then I had to take boards with me. And a funny thing happened in the Cup of Joe panel. I had a board in plastic when they gave us the books after the panel was over, but those of us who chose to stay for the next few panels got the books handed to us. So I had a board in plastic, but I had board extra. So people literally, like, there were 5 people literally who were asking me for boards in plastic. So they each gave me $1 for a board for plastic. So I made like $5 doing that. Because I had bought extra boards and plastics with me to keep my comic books nice and secure. So very soon we're going to do the boy, the musician. I like doing pictures in the books that I don't get to color from too often. You know, sometimes, you know, we buy books and then we get them and we're like, why did we buy this book? This book intimidates me. And no, I do not have Fairy Miracles yet. I am waiting for it to come out on Amazon. Let's see, or is this part of the? This is part of the seed. Which one is that one? I'm trying to remember. Is that How to Draw Inky, or is that something else? I'm trying to remember what the title of the new one is. Because I know Clara Makova has a new one. I know Johanna has a new one. Clara's new one is out on Etsy, but I'm waiting for that one to drop on. I do have new books ordered already, so. This is blue. I don't think I'm getting the drawing book. I just don't think it's for me personally. That doesn't mean that other people can't get the book if they. Now this is called Burnt Sienna. I don't think I'm getting the drawing book. I just don't think it's for me personally. That doesn't mean that it's a bad book. It's just not. I'm not that good, and we did a little bit of a drawing. We practiced a little bit. I'm not very good, and yet we did a drawing in that. And this is cadmium orange. You know what I find that I'm not that good, and yet I attempt to do it because I'm not that good, but I know I'm not that good. So. And this is more about having fun and just enjoying how much fun to have. I'm going to make her tail purple. I find that, we all do something different, and it just brings different texture to what we do. Everybody does something different with their stuff. Now, this is called Deep Cobalt Green. So what has everybody else been up to, coloring wise? Are people participating in Inktober? What are people coloring? Oh wait, I missed part of his shirt. I missed part of his shirt. I'm gonna color. Oh, that's nice, Michelle. Oh, what is tomorrow's Inktober prompt? I'm just curious because I know every day they do something. What do you call it, Miss May? It's a different subject every day if you choose to participate. Husky. What does that mean exactly, husky? Is that the dog? So is it an animal you're coloring? Oh, you try to draw the dog. You do really good animals. You draw really good animals. I always like seeing them. Oh, in a chibi kind of style. I really like that French bulldog that you did make. May did this picture where it's a French bulldog, and it was really, really cute. She did that really, and it looks so realistic, May. See, it looks like it's a bluish green, but really it's a dark green, but yet on the screen it's coming out very, very blue. So I don't know what that is about. It's just very weird that that would come out that color. Now this is called Middle Purple Pink. This is a poly. Now everybody knows that I don't really color with my polys all that much. And usually I use my Prismas, my Pablos. But this picture is requiring a lot of different pencils. Yep. So, you know, I like doing different hair color and unusual hair color. With mermaids, you can do that. But I'll tell you, one of the books that I seem to be liking coloring a lot in lately, one of the books that I'm coloring out of a lot lately, you guys may have noticed it in my Instagram book, it's this book by Deborah Mueller, which I'm coloring a tremendous amount of pictures in this. So I don't think I'm going to be doing a September finished pages. What I think I'm going to do is a September. See, I've been coloring this book, the Wicked book by Deborah Mueller. It's really, really pretty. I really like the pictures in this book. For whatever reason, they're appealing to me. As some of you can tell, I've started this picture, but I've done a couple of pictures in this book over the last month. I like this one. I've done the zombie girl. Some of you may have seen the picture off on my Instagram that I did the zombie picture. I did the zombie girl. Some of you are getting to see this before I even post this. Then I did this one. I wanted to try blue skin. Then I did Vampire Girl with red roses in her hair. I did this book so far all with markers and some pencil, but not much. And then this is a new one that I just finished with purple hair. I wanted to do something with purple hair. So that's what I've been coloring off camera. I just thought this book was a fun book to color, and it very much symbolizes the house books. So that's what I've been coloring off camera. Like, Deborah Mueller is killing it with her books lately. I always feel like I leave too many white spots. You know, it's a weird thing to leave spots, as they call them. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So I got cream. So how are we on time right now? Cream? Wait a minute, guys. You can put cream on your stuff so it doesn't look so. Seashell pink. No, peach beige. No, this is a color I don't use often. So. Nectar. Deco Pink. May have made the guy a little too dark, but that's okay. And look, May, little tiny light peach pencil. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to use another pencil, another light peach pencil. Do not worry. Grace has her backups. Grace keeps all her backups in there. Let's see where my light peach would be. Do I even have another light peach? We have another light peach pencil here, so that's what we'll use for now. And if I need more, I'll buy more. Looking to see if I have the... Believe it or not, I do not have light peach, which means I have to put it in the order form. So that's my last light peach pencil. Let's use Pablo's. And a Holbein. What does the gold pencil look like, Michelle? Because I don't have those home. You need to get one of these, Michelle. This is called a swordfish. It is well worth the money. Depending on when you can get it, it's on sale. But you need to get one of these. These sharpen everything. This is salmon pink in the Holbeins. I'm going to have to buy more of these Holbeins at some point. But some of them are starting to get a little low. So I don't use them too often in the projects. This is called mauve. Hold up, guys. I'm going to just take them. So you guys can see that, what I'm doing there. I think what's going to happen with this is I think we're going to need another part just to finish it off. And I tell you guys, walking around the Javits Center is not easy because you're also dealing with a lot more people. Sometimes it's like thousands of people in one spot. And sometimes it will take you about 20 to 30 minutes just to get through one spot in Javits. And I tell you, some people have no courtesy. I really like this picture. I really like this color. I really like this purple. This purple is like one of my favorite purples. I'm seriously considering saving up the money and buying from them. When I get my bonus, one of the first things I want to do is buy a full set of Holbein because I think they would be absolutely 100% worth it. That's that. This is called Carmine, and this is a Pablo. No, I'm making this coral red. At least Carmine is the color they call it. Hi, Barb. How are you? Everybody, Barb is here, so say hello to Barb's happy place. Oh no, someone just tapped my phone. Why do people always tend to leave messages when I'm in the middle doing stuff? Just told them to call me back. You know how family is. You know, when I'm streaming, I don't like to be interrupted. I don't think that dark purple would go too well. That might be a little too more dark. This looks like it might be a better color match. Sorry, that shouldn't be there. That's just there because somebody decided to call me up. You know, it's a funny thing because someone said something very nasty about one of my flip throughs, so I have decided to block them from this channel. There was no reason to be nasty with me on one of my flip throughs, so. And it ain't personal. I just don't like when people bring their personal stuff into it. And thank you for saying that you love my flip throughs. I have to film a few more, but I haven't gotten the chance because I've just been, kind of like preparing for Comic-Con. Now Comic-Con is over, but I spent a little bit more money than I would have liked to, so. I realize now that it was a lot more money than I thought it was. And this color is called Periwinkle Blue. Really, it's like a purplish color. Thank you, May. I think flips are helpful for me personally. I think I saw May's flip through a Fairy Miracle, so when it comes out on Amazon, I will be buying it so I can have it for myself, but I just don't feel like paying the expensive price tag right now for it. Because, I had other things to concentrate on May. So I really like the way this color is coming out on the... I think I think my whole body needs rest and relaxation. I was really sore yesterday. No, I was really sore on Thursday because I was going boom. Exactly, May. Some books are not for everybody, I may like a book that you may not like. Well, this way people get to see books that they wouldn't normally see. But some books don't even have flip throughs. Sometimes I see a book with an interesting cover and I'm like, where's a flip through for this? I don't see a flip through for this. I feel sometimes older books get lost in the shuffle. It's weird because it looks like it's bluish purple, but on the thing it's more purple in my viewpoint. I got one too, but I think who did it? Donna did some flip throughs of those books. And after Donna did a flip through of her book, of the Jane F. Hankins book, I decided to get one because I liked the images in it. I only got one because I just felt that the price was a little high. So I said, let me get one. And then if I like the paper and I work in it a while, I might get another one down the road. But one for now. because the books are huge in themselves. And this is periwinkle, guys. No, I started a little early today because, I was like, let me do all the stuff that I need to do. Well, I think too, you get to see what someone else is doing in the book, and then you're like, oh, I would have never thought to do that with my pages, or I would have never thought to emboss my pages, or maybe do some creative project with them. Or even if we take coloring pages out of our books and then we put them in journals, like junk journals, or things like that. Those were things that I would have never thought to have done with some of my old coloring pages. Or something crafty like Anne did with one of the Jade Summer mermaids, where she put these little things on them to emboss the mermaid. And I have a lot of books still that I haven't colored from. But, sometimes I start coloring in one book and then I really find myself enjoying that book. Like right now, I'm really enjoying the Wicked book by Deborah Mueller because I really like the colors in that. And I would like to do another mermaid pick in Mermaid Legends at some point with you guys. At some point this year, if I hope to get to it. Also, guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That helps us with the ratings later on in the... And I think every book has its charm. Even older books that you don't get to color in too much have their charm. Also, what I like about lives is that we get to actually see real-time coloring. And I also like seeing what other people are doing too in the community because I get ideas and tips and sometimes inspiration from certain people. And one of the things that always intimidated me was watercolors. That intimidated me for the longest amount of time to color with watercolors. But then I started seeing other people do watercolors. And let me tell you, some of the stuff that I've seen people do with watercolors, like May, Sammy, Dee Dee, oh my God, the work that they do with the watercolors. May is the queen of watercolors. She just does such an amazing job with that. And that picture that she did in Mon Hair de Bon Hair with the watercolors, oh my God, that table spread looked amazing, May. So, guys, are we still, because I don't see the chat moving? Just wondered if the chat went dead for a second. That was one of my favorite pages that you did live, May. I was like, I really loved it. So, I'm looking for my cinnamon. Oh, look! Oh, Miss Sammy! Look, Miss Sammy! Look, Miss Sammy! Little pencil, little pencil! This is cinnamon. So I really like this color. You guys can tell that I've enjoyed working in this book. I think the book that took the longest time to do, I think the picture that took the longest time to do and was multiple streams was a picture from Darius Songs. I believe it's called The Nighttime Voyage. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was the longest picture that it ever, that was her Christmas book. And I think that took the longest time to do that toy room. And I remember that being multiple streams, and then I stopped doing it for a while. And then when Christmas time came around, I started doing it again. I think that was like 10 to 12 streams, depending on, because we did it for a while and then we stopped because I had other themed months. I think that was last year or the year before. But that was a very, Kim, the thing about that picture was a very long stream because that picture had a lot of intricate details. It wasn't like it was the easiest picture either to do. Don't get me wrong, I love doing it, but it took a lot of time to do it. If you notice here, we have a little Nemo, a little clownfish. Yeah, and if you know anything about them in real life, that clownfish are really, really small. And I'm really happy that I picked this picture to do because it's like one of those books that I don't get to work in. And I bought this book specifically to work in it, and I should work in it more. Same thing with Girls with Poems. I should work in those books more. But here's the thing, I gotta have a theme in mind when I do them. So I really like the way this picture is coming out. No, we did the boy's arm already. We just haven't done this mermaid yet. This isn't the boy's arm. This is the boy's arm. So this is the girl's arms. Okay, we finished that part. This is called medium flesh in the polychromos. I recommend that if you're going to use this as a skin tone, that you go really light with it because it's a really darker color than it appears to be. It's a really different color. Then this is light peach. No, we didn't miss the boy's arm. This is middle phthalo blue again. Guys, after I fill in this part, I think we're going to end the stream here. Like after I fill in this blue part. I think I only have the mermaid left to do, then some blue in here. Then we have this little part here to do, so. Well, we're not done yet. We're going to be done very shortly, Kim. Just have to color in this part here. So, okay, guys, this is where we're going to end the stream. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Next week, we will be finishing the picture. So that will be a thing in itself. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this picture. I have enjoyed working on it. So We will see. We will conclude this picture next week. Happy weekend, everybody, and I hope to see you back here next on Friday. So everybody enjoy themselves and have a great, great weekend. Bye, everybody.